The ovule is a part of the makeup of female reproductive organ in seed plants. It is the place where female reproductive cells are made and contained, and is what eventually develops into a seed after fertilization, only for the seed to then ripen and produce a complete adult plant. Ovules are contained in ovaries at the bottom of a vase-like structure, the carpel, which has a neck called style and a terminal end called stigma. After fertilization, the ovule starts to swell and its wall starts to toughen up in preparation to become a seed, while the ovary starts to grow around it and becomes the fruit. So remember, some plants have single ovule in their ovary and some have many ovules in their ovaries. Ovules in Angiosperms. The ovule is an integumented megasporangium which encloses an embryo sac. The Anatropous ovule is the most common type of ovule found in Angiosperms. The structure of an Anatropous ovule consists of the following parts: the funicle, hilum, nucellus, integuments, chalaza, micropyle, embryo sac, etc. So this is the placenta, stalk, funicle, then inner integument, outer integument, then egg, synergids, embryo sac, then secondary nucleus, antipodals, and chalaza. So this is the embryo sac and the micropyle. The funicle, it is a short multicellular structure which attaches the main body of the ovule to the placenta. Hilum is the point of attachment of the funicle with the main body of the ovule. Nucellus, it is the main body of the ovule, is composed of thin-walled parenchymatous cells. It forms the nourishing tissue for the developing embryo. Then integuments. The nucellus is surrounded by one or two cellular coats called integuments. They provide protection to the inner tissues. Chalaza, the basal part of the nucellus, is swollen and is known as chalaza. Micropyle, there is a small opening called the micropyle at the apex of the integuments. The pollen tube enters the embryo sac through the micropyle. Embryo sac. It is an oval sac-like structure. It is found embedded in the nucellus situated towards the micropylar end. It contains the egg apparatus and develops inside the nucellus. Then the different types of ovules available in angiosperms. The ovules have been separated into 6 main categories based on their shape, like orthotropous or atropous, anatropous, amphitropous, then hemianatropous, then Campylotropous and Circinotropous. So Atropous, Anatropous, Amphitropous, Hemianatropous, Campylotropous and Circinotropous. Orthotropous or atropous. The body of the ovule is straight so that the micropyle, funicle and chalaza lie in the same line. Example, polygonum. The second one is anatropous. This type of ovule becomes inverted during the development, and the micropyle ends up close to the hilum. And most of the granulopetallous members shows Anatropous ovule. In Amphitropous, the ovule is horseshoe shaped due to the curvature of its body and embryo sac. Example is Alice Macy. Then Hemianatropous. The body of the ovule becomes at right angles in relation to the funicle. It looks like a ovule lying on its side. Example, it is Ranunculus. Then the fifth category is Campylotropous. In this ovule, the body is bent so that the chalaza and micropyle are no longer aligned. Also, the embryo sac has only a straight curve. Example, members of Leguminosae. Whereas in Circinotropous, a very long funicle almost completely encircles the ovule, and in micropylar end is pointing up. Example, Apuntia. Then functions of ovules. The ovule plays a vital role in sexual reproduction. The pollen grain lands on the stigma of a flower and it sends out a pollen tube down through the style. The pollen tube enters the ovary and reaches the ovule of the plant. The fertilization can arise as the male gamete of the pollen grain are sent down the tube to fuse with the egg and primary endosperm nucleus in the embryo sac, resulting in the formation of embryo and endosperm. Thank you.